the main causes of hesitation. So the best thing to do for this is to practice. All right. The less pauses you have in between your words and between your sentences, and the more you can speak straight through, it will be beneficial because it'll make you sound more fluent. Okay. All right. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go over many kinds of phrases like opening statements, closing statements, um, in the middle, expressing opinions, giving details. We're gonna do useful phrases for all. And today we're gonna make sure that we're gonna use, excuse me, we're gonna use them with different topics. So that way you can see the samples and you can we can put everything into action today. Give me 1 second, guys. All righty. So let's see. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. Let's go into opening statements. Look at the examples. Let me call on someone here. Ruxona, can you please read the 5 examples for me?
Yes, today I'd like to share with you about, and in this talk, I'm going to tell you how I want to tell you about. Today, I would like to discuss. Today, I want to give you a short talk on.
Good. You did really great because no native speaker will ever say, I'm going to tell you. You said it right. I'm going to tell you. I want to tell you. Okay. So, these are phrases that you can use to get started, especially these are useful for part 2. Okay. For your monologue. I'm making it 2, but the little screen background, it's erasing 1 finger. Okay. So these are great for part 2. And you should make a note of this. So at this moment, you should probably either have your notebook out or your phone or be taking screenshots or whatever you got to do. Yes, we can make the screen larger. Absolutely. Sorry, I didn't see that earlier.
So who is drawing on the screen? Can I clear all of them?
Yes. I
How
just did. I got it.
okay, no problem.
All righty. Okay. Today, I like to share with you about, in this talk, I want to tell you about, today, I want to give you a short talk on, so, because, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your names. The lady that just spoke, I think it's Roxana, I believe. She made a good point. And the pronunciation of these. So for example, going to sounds like gonna. I want to, I wanna. Okay.
And I would like to sounds like I'd like to. Is this correct?
Not always, but it's not wrong if you see I would and you use I, not incorrect at all. But some people say the whole thing, some people don't. Now I wanna, I'm gonna, those are usually 99.9% of the time people will say I'm gonna, I wanna. Okay. But I'd or I would, it depends on the person. All right. But you
Okay.
are you did not make a mistake when you did that. Okay. And something to add, going to. Oh no, going to, gonna. Got to. Gotta. All right. So whenever you see one of these phrases and you're practicing them and you pronounce them as I'm gonna tell you how, I want to tell you about, today I want to give you a short talk on, it is perfectly fine. Okay, that is the normal pronunciation in fast speech. Okay, let's go to the next one. We're gonna move these through these a little bit quick so that we get the most out of the practice. Closing statement. So this is at the end. No to after gonna. That's correct. So want to is wanna. Going to is gonna. So all the twos are cut out, and we just do the wanna, gotta. Wanna, gonna, gotta. Okay, closing statements. Hey guys, if you don't mind, make sure that you use the name that you want me to call you in here. Otherwise, I'm going to give you an English nickname, okay? So you have about 1 minute to change your name, okay? So please don't use Cyrillic. I'm very sorry, I cannot read Cyrillic. So please change your names if you have Cyrillic or if you have numbers or something like that. Or otherwise, you're gonna be Tom or Lisa or John or one of those simple one. Like there's somebody here named User, whatnot. So make sure you guys pick a name. Maktab, I know that's not your name, but I make sure you change that to your name if you can. Okay. Thank you, guys. All right, closing statements. In conclusion, to sum up, to summarize, to conclude, as a whole. So all in all. Okay. So these are the ones that we use at the end. Okay. The last two as a whole. So all in all, we can use them in part 2 and 3. In conclusion, to sum up, to summarize, and to conclude the first 5, I'm sorry. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. I forgot how to count today. The first 4, those you will usually mostly use in part 2. All right. So those are for the monologue when you're speaking something long. But when you're talking about something short, so all in all, to go ahead and end it and give the final one. All right, guys. So
Teacher,
yes,
could I ask a question?
please go ahead.
Could you repeat once more time because I couldn't hear.
Yes.
Each one, for
no
example.
worries.
So all in
These
all.
ones, yeah. So these ones over here, we're mainly going to be used for part 2.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And these are better for part 3.
What about part 1?
Part 1 is going to be something very short. So you're only going to speak about 3 sentences. There's not going to be any closing statements or any conclusions to anything. All right. So they're going to ask you, you know, what kind of music do you like? Or tell me something about your hometown or something simple. You know, they're very simple. So there's no conclusions to them per se.
Okay, it is clear. Thanks.
All right. No worries. Thank you for asking. All righty, guys. If you haven't got a name, your name is about to be changed.
Are you asking me?
No. I'm telling everyone.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Should we tell our names, you mean?
I want everyone to change their names in the Zoom.
Honestly, I couldn't change, and I will tell someone, and we will change our nick. I mean, Mektab. As you know, my name is Almardan. If you can remember.
Yeah, can you put Almardan on your? Okay, I will do it for you. I'm just waiting for the permission.
Can you do?
All right. Yes. Can you send me the spelling of your name in the chat, please? All right, guys. So here we go. And I'm sorry, I don't know if the ones with Cyrillic, I don't know if you're a boy or a girl. So if you get a boy's name or a girl's name and you're the opposite, by all means, change it.
Teacher, could I ask?
Yes.
Is it possible to conduct your speaking lessons twice a week? Because it is extremely useful for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Please talk to Sardor or anyone in the management team, and they can definitely give you more information on that. I would be honored to help you guys twice a week. Okay.
And you have enough time.
Yes, during this time, because it's a little bit later for me, I do have enough time. It's about 10 p.m. here now, so I'm done for the day already.
Teacher, is it comfortable for you? Because it is evening in our republic, and if I am not mistaken, it is morning in your republic, right?
No, it's evening also. I'm 2 hours ahead of you, so it's not so different.
You live in the United States?
I'm from the United States, but I live in Vietnam.
Vietnam?
Yes, I live near China.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's clear.
No worries. All righty, guys. I changed some of your names. If you don't like them, please change them up, okay?
Take up?
Yep.
I couldn't hear.
Yeah, go ahead and change your name or send me your name so that I can change it. Or you're gonna get an English name, okay?
And could you remember what does Mektab mean?
School.
Okay.
I put you into Mike, so if you don't like Mike, then go ahead and change it to your name, okay?
Is it mine, Mike?
Yeah, yours is your nickname is Mike.
Okay, I like it.
All right. That's your English nickname from now on in class, Mike. All right, awesome.
It is very beautiful.
Awesome. I'm glad you like it. All right, guys. I hope you guys all like your nicknames. So let's get moving on this. So these are your closing statements, okay? I'm gonna move faster through these, and then we're gonna get to the practice as soon as possible. All right, guys. The beginning the main body of your speech. So when you hear anything about speech, part 2, that's your speech, okay? Your long talk. All right, first and foremost, let me pick someone to read them. Hey, Avenger, why don't you read one for me? Read the five bullet points there. Avenger. How about Anne? Can you read them for me?
Guys, please be attentive, and if he spells your name, please raise your hand or talk, unmute your microphone.
Beruz, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Can I
hey,
read
Beruz. Please, yes. Can you read all the examples for me?
Okay. First and foremost, and why do I find it so appealing? It is, after all, to begin with, one of the most intriguing. I couldn't spell this word.
Intriguing.
One of the most intriguing aspects about this is the most significant day opportunity of my life because.
Okay. Hey guys, if anyone's curious about that word, intriguing, it means like interesting, curious. Okay. All right. What you did a good job. One of the things that we need to talk about, and we're gonna talk about it in the next section, is pronunciation. And this one has to do with intonation. So with this question, you have to go like, and why do I find it so appealing? It is, after all. Okay, it's almost like a little song. And why do I find it so appealing? Can you give it a try for me?
And why do I find so appealing? It's after all, something like that.
It's a good start for sure. You forgot, you omitted the it. All right, so we got, and why do I find it so appealing?
Okay.
It is, after all, right? And don't worry, with time we'll get all these. All right, guys. So here is where you're gonna get started, and you're beginning to give details. All right. So one of the most intriguing aspects about it means one of the most interesting things about. Okay. Intriguing aspects. Everybody, repeat after me. Intriguing aspects.
Intriguing aspect.
Intriguing aspect.
Intriguing
Intriguing
aspect.
aspect.
Intrigue.
All right. Let me call on a few of you. That way we can if we all speak at the same time. Let's see. Dilnaz, intriguing aspects.
Intriguing aspects.
Perfect. Good. Fair, intriguing aspects.
Intriguing aspects.
Good. Ula Sheva, intriguing aspects.
Intriguing aspects.
You don't have to pop the T so hard. Intriguing aspects.
Okay. Intriguing aspects.
Better, much better. Good. Mike.
Intriguing aspects.
Good. Awesome. All right. Good.
Intriguing aspects.
Perfect, guys.
Intriguing aspects.
Perfect. Perfect. Good job, everyone. Okay. So make a note of these, or take a picture. Okay, they're gonna become useful later on. Okay, building on your idea. So, when you want to include some background info, and you want to give examples, when you want to start to, when you want to announce that you're going to give an example, right? We don't go straight into it. So another reason why I like, one of the main advantages, one of the consequences, okay, we can use these phrases. Okay, this appeals to me because.
Appeals to me because.
Look at the way I say because. It's kind of long. This appeals to me because.
This appeals
Another.
to me because.
Another usual
Zamira,
fact about. I like chicken more than anything else because. All right. So when you use, we use because to give a reason, right? So that word because, when you're actually using it in the sentence, if I just say because right now, okay. But when I'm building on an idea and I'm adding information, that because becomes longer. I like chicken because it's delicious, right? So make sure when you use that word in a sentence, and you're definitely giving an example and you're expanding on it, that word needs to be said longer. Okay, needs to have a longer intonation. All right, let me give these ones to someone here. Durbek, are you there?
Yeah.
Hi, Durbek. Can you go ahead and read the first three for me?
Another reason why I like, one of the main advantages, one of the consequences.
Good. Okay. Lily.
Good evening.
Good evening. Can
This
you give me the last three?
Okay. This appeals to me because another unusual fact about I like more than anything else because.
Because, like the same as the last because. Because, again.
Because.
Say this one again.
Because.
No, say this sentence.
Okay. This appeals to me because.
Now, I want you to say that because, the same as, I want you to say it, this one, and the because on this one, like that one, okay? Now, say this sentence.
Okay. I like more than anything else because.
A little bit longer.
Because.
Like
I
the
like
first time.
more than. Okay. I like more than anything else because.
Better. Thank you. Good job. All righty. Okay, so as you start to develop the topic, you're going to be using these phrases. All right, another reason why I like chicken is because it's an awesome little delicious bird. All right, so expressing your opinions. You need to change up your vocabulary. A lot of these are going to be interchangeably used, but remember, one of the things that the examiner is going to look for is they're going to want you to vary your vocabulary. If you use in my opinion so often, if you use I like it this because, okay, you need to vary. Varying vocabulary is to the utmost importance if you want to get a high score in the IELTS. People who don't vary their vocabulary don't normally get over a 5.5 or a 6. Okay, that's one of the key features of someone in the higher IELTS bands. All right, so we cannot say the same thing over and over and over. Practicing vocabulary and synonyms, okay, or phrases that mean the same thing. Yeah, words and phrases. It's very, very important. All right. Let me, Susu, why don't you read all these for me?
Hello. In my opinion, I firmly believe that, from my point of view, it seems to me that, from my viewpoint, from my perspective, it appears to me that, I realize that, I understand that.
All right, perfect. All right. Awesome. Great pronunciation and good intonation on those. All right. Okay. So take a look at these. Make sure you make a note. Okay. So anytime you want to say, I think, all right, think of these. I think, in my opinion, I think, I firmly believe that. All right. So when you speak tonight, make it, especially if you haven't made a note of anything, make a note of this. Okay. Anytime you want to say, I think, I want you to think of one of these phrases and see which one could fit best. Okay. I think is one of the most overused phrases. All right. A lot of people overuse this. I think, and they fill up their time.
Also, to my way of thinking.
To my way of thinking, it's at least not in American English. Not something that we would say, but you can say from my perspective, from my point of view, the way I see it, it's not in here.
Okay. Thank you.
That'll be more natural. No worries. Okay. Speculating. You're gonna be doing a lot of speculating in part 2 and part 3. All right. So you might get topics that talk about the future or what ifs. Okay, a lot of what if this and what if that. And these are great phrases for that. I suppose. This not I suppose. Okay, the second S sounds like a Z. I suppose.
I suppose.
Mike, I suppose.
I suppose.
Good.
Suppose. I suppose.
Perfect. George, suppose.
I
Can I hear?
suppose.
I suppose.
Good. Okay.
I suppose.
Good. Samira, I suppose.
See, perhaps. I think it is likely, unlikely.
I
Check your names, guys.
suppose.
If you have if you hear English names, that means that your name probably got changed. Okay, let's see. Ginoza, I suppose.
I suppose.
Jake, I suppose.
I suppose.
Lily, I suppose. Lisa, I suppose.
I suppose.
Good. Shagnosa, I suppose we can use. Okay, I suppose we can use. Not I suppose can we.
I suppose we can use.
There you go. Okay. Oops. All righty. It is possible. I would imagine that. I would say that. Okay. I'd imagine that. I'd say perhaps. I think it is likely. I think it is unlikely.
And what about in my view? It's also synonym words of saying.
In my view, yes. This is not related. For speculating, we would have to go back to pressing on opinion. Yes, in my view, from my viewpoint, in my view, those are definitely correct. Now, for speculating and expressing possibilities, in my view, is not a future projection directly. Okay, but I suppose it is possible. When you hear that, you immediately know that is a speculation of the future. You know what I mean?
How about I guess?
Yeah. I guess that's a good one too. Absolutely.
I consider.
Sure. I consider. Absolutely. Yep. They're not all on here. Okay. This is just a few examples, and thank you for bringing them up, guys. That shows that you're definitely studying and you're learning your vocab. Okay, agreeing and disagreeing. I totally agree. I couldn't agree with you more. You're absolutely right. Look at the way I say that. You're absolutely right. No, you're absolutely right.
You're
Okay?
absolutely right.
There's a pause there when you use this phrase. You're absolutely right.
You are absolutely right.
Okay, I totally agree. I couldn't agree with you more. You're absolutely right. No doubt about it. Let's practice this one, guys. No doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
No doubt about.
No doubt about.
MJ, no doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
It's very challenging.
No doubt about
It sounds like this, guys. It sounds like this.
It looks like
No
tongue
doubt.
twister.
No
No
doubt
doubt.
about it.
No
No
doubt about it.
about it. No doubt about it.
Ah,
No
there
doubt
you go.
about
Yeah, it's sounding better now.
Yes. No doubt about
Marjona, no doubt about
no
it.
doubt.
no doubt about
No doubt about it.
The T's. Yeah, you can say it. Sorry, guys. There's nothing wrong with that. Just Americans don't pop their T's so hard. No doubt about it. Not like
No doubt about
No
it.
doubt about it. No doubt
no
about
doubt about
good,
no
good, good,
doubt
good.
Doubt about it.
it.
Okay.
About it.
Yeah, this one is specifically American, so yeah, don't pop the T so much when you say those, so that you sound more natural. All right, one more time, guys. No doubt about it.
No
No
doubt
doubt
about
about
it.
it.
no
No
doubt
doubt
about
about
No
it.
doubt about it.
doubt about it no doubt about
No doubt about it.
No
No
doubt
doubt
about
about it.
no doubt
No
about
about it.
no doubt
Yeah.
about no doubt about it
Yeah,
No
those
doubt
guys.
about it.
Yeah, those guys that pop the T so hard. Remember, in fast speech, the final consonants are important, but they do get diminished a little bit. Okay, they get mixed into the sentence. So no, it's not. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. About it. About it. About it.
no
Yes.
doubt about it
No doubt
No doubt
about
about
it.
it.
no
No
doubt
doubt
about
about
it
it.
no doubt about it
No doubt
No
about
doubt
it.
about it. No doubt about it.
Ah, there you
no
go.
doubt about it
No doubt about it.
no doubt about it
No doubt about it.
Doubt
There's no
about
A,
it.
guys. We omit the A because in connected speech, okay, we just connect it
No
over. No doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
There you go. That sounds perfect.
No doubt about
right.
it.
no doubt about it no doubt about it
Good. All right. Next one. Definitely, absolutely, precisely. Okay.
definitely
Definitely. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Precisely.
Musulmanova. Definitely, absolutely, precisely.
Definitely, absolutely, precisely.
I'm muting you all. Someone has a beautiful child that I can hear very clearly here. So sorry, I got to mute you guys. Ushaneva, definitely, absolutely, precisely.
Definitely, absolutely, precisely.
Samira, definitely, absolutely, precisely.
Definitely, absolutely, precisely.
Awesome. Sarvin, definitely, absolutely, precisely.
Definitely, absolutely, precisely.
Awesome. Okay, let's move it. I'm afraid I disagree. Okay, I'm afraid I disagree. Nothing special there. Let's move on to the next one. Now, look at the way but sounds. This but is long. When you see the three little dots like that, that means a long pause there. So I see your point, but I see your point, but Surshida, I see your point, but
Good evening. I see your point, but.
Good. Feruza, I see your point, but.
I see your point, but.
Good. Shanosha, I see your point, but.
I see your point, but.
Mike, I see your point, but.
I think your point, but.
I see your point, not I think your point. I see your point.
I see your point, but.
See your point. I think your point, but.
I see
your point,
not think, see.
See. Someone saying think. Yep. Stark, I see your point, but.
I see your point, but.
All right. Who's needed? I see your point, but.
I see your point, but again.
I see
I see your point, but I see your point, but
No, but is the one that you sit on. But is the connecting word, okay? You sit on your butt and but okay.
but
See your point, but
There
I
you
see
go.
your point, but
see your point, but
All right, good. That's not always true. Not necessarily. Let's try this one. A lot of people, especially here in Vietnam, I don't know about you guys. Let's see how you guys do with this one. Not necessarily.
not
Not
necessarily.
necessarily.
not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Good. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. You guys do better with the R's than the East Asian people here in Vietnam do. So good. Okay. That's one way of looking at it. However,
That's
However.
one way of looking at it. However,
That's one way
Feruza,
of looking is however.
that's
That's
one
one way.
way of looking at it. However,
add it.
Added.
Feruza, add it.
added.
And that's one way of looking at it. However,
However,
can you say the whole thing
However.
for me?
That's one way of looking at it. However, added.
however,
One more time, Feruza. Add it.
Added.
added.
One more time. That's one way of looking at it. However,
That's one way of looking at it. However,
That's one way of looking at it. However, that's
now,
one way of looking at it. However,
Feruza, don't emphasize that part so much. Do more like make it all together into one flow. That's one way of looking at it. However,
that's
that's one way of looking at it. However,
added.
much better, much better.
That's one way of
Awesome.
looking at it. However,
Okay.
that's one way.
George, that's one way of looking at it. However,
That's one way of looking at it.
That's one way
However,
of looking at it. However,
that's one way.
however, longer.
How-
However,
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 it's like this.
that's one way of looking
How-
at it.
However,
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 That's
There you
one
go.
way of looking at it. However,
there you go.
One way
Yeah.
of
How,
looking at it.
a little pause, ever. However,
however,
okay. You're absolutely right. That's one way of looking at it. However, I see your point, but okay, when you use the phrases, it's not only knowing the correct pronunciation, because you can still pronounce it right, but if you use the wrong intonation for that phrase, it's gonna sound weird. Okay, so you got to get that intonation correct if you want to use them, especially the ones that I mentioned. Okay, you're absolutely right. You cannot say you're absolutely right. No. You are absolutely right. You have to say it like that, or don't say it. Okay, you're absolutely right. Okay, no doubt about it. I see your point, but nice.
see you.
Yeah.
But
That's one way of looking at it. However,
that's one way of looking at it. However,
great. All right, guys. All righty. Okay, comparing and contrasting. All right, guys. The next ones, I'm only going to spend a few seconds on each, and then we're going to move on because we need to practice. And guys, at the end of the lesson today, I'm going to make sure that I send you all my PowerPoints, okay? So I will send this to Sador, and he will he will definitely forward these to all of you. All right. So
Sure, no
contrasting
problem.
and okay, comparing and contrasting, similar to, much the same. Okay. Look at this. As, adjective as fun as traveling alone, as enjoyable as playing the guitar. Same age as me, same school as my brother. In contrast to, compared to, okay? The ones in the middle, those are going to make you sound very natural, okay? So when you're comparing, contrasting, having your own car is as fun as being the king of the road, because it gives you such freedom that you cannot ever imagine not having a car before. Okay. All righty, let's move on. Clarifying the questions. I'll make this a little bit bigger.
Yes.
There you go. Okay, guys, take a picture of these. These are important. These is what I call for fun, the save your butt questions. Okay. If you don't understand something, you can't use these all the time. All right. But if you use this once or twice during the test, it's okay. It's perfectly acceptable and it's normal. Okay. It's very natural. What is not natural is you do not understand every question. So if on every question you're saying, I'm sorry, I didn't get the question. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. And the next one, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. And the next one, can you repeat the question, please? No. No. Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the question.
There you go. I'm sorry. I didn't get the question.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Look at the way I say I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't get the question. There's an intonation. There's a twang to it. I'm sorry. I didn't get the question.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the question.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the question.
Good. I'm sorry. I didn't get the question.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I didn't get the question. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I didn't catch that. I'm sorry. Could you rephrase that?
I didn't get the question. Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Could you say that again?
Could you say that again?
Could you say
that again?
Could you say that
Could you say that again?
Another one not in here. What was that?
Could you say that again?
Could you say that? Could you say that?
Come again?
Could you say that again? Could you say that again? Could you
Okay.
say that again? Again.
Could you say that again? Could you repeat that question, please?
Could you say that again?
Could you say that
Could you
again?
say that again?
Say that again.
Could you say that again?
Say this again. Could you say
Not
this
again.
again?
Could you say that
Could you say
again?
that
Go
again?
up, go up at the end.
Again.
Could you say that again?
Again. Could you say that again?
Right? When this is a question of doubt, so a question of doubt, we go up at the end. That's because we didn't understand something the first time around. Okay. Could you say that again? We don't say, could you say that again? Could you say that again? When you go, this one, go up. Okay.
Could you say that again?
Could you say that
Go
again?
up at the end.
Could you say that again?
Go down. Could you say that again?
Could you say
Could you
that
say that
again?
again?
Could you say that again?
Awesome, guys. Sounding better. All right, guys, I want to move on. I want us to have a lot of practice. So the last 30 minutes is going to be all practice. All right. Transition words. Okay. Yep. This is to connect your speech. All right. So you need to be well connected and you need to be organized. All right. You cannot just, it's okay when you hear the question to take a second to think and give your response. All right. Because you want to organize your ideas. All right? So you want to take a second to gather your thoughts and then give your answers. If your question is disorganized, if you go from A to D to B to C to F, it's going to be confusing. You want to go from A to B to C to D. All right. And these are good. It's a good way to help you stay coherent and connected. Also, as well as similarly in the same way, even though, despite, yet, so, for this reason, for example, for instance, because, since, thus, that is why. Everybody repeat after me. Thus.
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 Susu.
Thus.
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 Awesome.
Thus.
Man, you gotta bite the tongue for this one. Thus.
Thus.
Bite the tongue. Thus. And then some air.
Thus.
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 Yes, it's on.
This one.
Shagnosa, that is correct. The first part falling, and the last part is increasing, rising. Okay.
Thus.
Alrighty. Okay. Hopefully you guys took a screenshot of that, but don't worry, you'll get them out. Conditionals. These are very good. Okay. Zero conditionals. These are to describe factual situations. All right. And both clauses are in the simple present sense. So, things that are routine, things that are normal to you, things that are factual. All right. And you're speaking in general. When it rains, I take the bus. Okay. When I'm hungry, I eat. I don't eat breakfast if I'm late to work. Okay. I always eat breakfast before I work out. First conditionals. All right. This is what we call when we talk about the future. What if? Okay. Definitely very useful for part 2 and 3. If I get the required band score for IELTS, I will migrate to Canada. If I get promoted at work, I might buy myself a car. If I win the lottery one day, I will go to Uzbekistan and buy all my students some ice cream. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Good idea. We will wait.
All right. I gotta start playing the lottery. I haven't played yet, but I want to
What
start,
about
guys.
us?
Yeah,
What
I
about
pinky
us?
promise. All right, okay, ice cream, and then we can all take a trip around Uzbekistan together. There you go. That would be okay. Oh, 1 second, guys. Okay. We're almost done with these. We're about to get to the practice. Okay, second conditionals. Okay. Look at between the first and the second, all right? So, first conditional, something will happen in the future if certain conditions are met. So, if I lose weight, I will buy some new clothes. Right? So, something must happen so that the later thing, something must happen first so that the second thing can happen. All right. Now, The second conditional is to do something improbable. Okay, so it's to talk about imaginary things, like the lottery thing, right? The likelihood of me winning the lottery. Okay, so I can change from first conditional to second conditional. If I were to win the lottery, I would take everyone to Disney World. Okay.
Great.
The same thing with second conditional. Okay. If I get a winning lottery ticket, I might buy all my students ice cream. All right. We're saying the exact same thing with different conditionals. All right. And you can switch up your vocabulary like that during the test. When you wanna talk about similar things and repeat things, you got to do stuff like that. Okay, practice, guys. From now till the end, it's gonna be all practice. So I'm gonna be calling on all of you. All right. So first thing is I'm gonna call some people to read these sample answers. I have about 5 of them. All right. And that way you can see everything we just studied in action. Then we're gonna go jump into our topics. Okay. Give me 1 second to use the restroom, guys, and take yourselves a second to read this, and we'll jump right into it. All right. I'm gonna pick someone to read these. All right, guys, I'm back. Lucas here. This is Mr. TT. He wanted to say hello to you guys. Hello, hello, hello.
So cute.
Yeah, this is a monkey monster. He's also a little poop monster. He's still a little baby, so he likes to poop all over the place.
What is his name?
His name is TT.
Oh, nice.
He's a boy or girl?
He's a boy.
Too adorable.
He's so adorable. Oh my goodness. He's little. He lets me pick him up and pet him, and he doesn't scratch me or anything. So I love him. Some cats, you pick him up and they're like, no, but not this guy. All righty, guys, you had a chance. Jake, yes, you can get the e-version of this lesson at the end of the lesson today. I'm going to send this to Mr. Sador, and he will send it to you. And you can copy it, send it to your friends, do whatever you want. All righty. So, let me pick someone to read. Thomas, you can get the next one. Let me pick somebody that has not had a chance. Hey, Thomas, you hear me?
Thomas, are you here?
Yes, I do. Unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Donior, go ahead and read it for me. Let me read the question and the answer for us, please.
May I read?
Can I?
Lily, you may read.
Okay. Is it better to make major life decisions on your own or to seek advice from others? Answer. I believe there are solid arguments for both. It is, after all, your life, so I think you should make the choices yourself. However, because any decisions you make impact the people around you, it seems only fair to consult with them first before making a decision. I'm afraid that, like many philosophical topics, there is no straightforward answer.
Good. Your pronunciation was overall okay. I want you to pay attention to those commas. I want you to slow down a little. For example, look at this part. I believe there are solid arguments for both. It is, after all, your life.
Okay. It is,
Right.
after all, your...
It is.
Okay.
It is after all. After all.
Yeah. So Lily, yeah, it is, after all, your life. So I think you should make the choices yourself. However, because any decisions you make can impact the people around you, it seems only fair to consult with them before making a decision. I'm afraid that, like many philosophical topics, there is no straightforward answer. So one thing that I always tell my students, a comma, it's a quick stop. It's like, okay, like a quick sip of air. All right. So look at this. It is, after all, your life. Okay, very, very fast. It is, after all. So sorry. The periods, I'm sorry, I confused myself. The periods are a quick breath. Okay, like a quick sip of air. All right. The commas are a little mini stop. It is, after all, okay, it's a finger snap. It is, after all, your life. Okay.
After all. It is.
A comma, it's a finger snap. Period, it's a sip of air. Okay, because you got to catch your breath after every sentence too. So think about it. Think about those things as little air breaks. All right, because you got to breathe when you speak, and that's what helps us do that. All right, let me try somebody else for this one. Let's see. Ezosa. No. Me or my, am I?
I am here.
Oh, Mike, now you're MI? Okay. Mike, go ahead and read the answer for me. Is it better to make major life decisions on your own or to seek advice from others? Go.
I believe there are solid arguments for both. It is, after all, your life. So I think you should make the choices yourself. However, because any decisions you make can impact the people around you. It seems only fair to consult with them first before making a decision. I am afraid that, like many philosophical topics, there is no straightforward answer.
Okay, great answer. Good. And just to clarify, it's decision.
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 You need to make a decision. You need to decide. Decision, decide. Decision, decide. Not decisions, decisions. Okay. When you make a decision, you decide. All righty. Thank you. Okay. Hayi Tumurod.
What?
Hayid Murad.
Dilmurad. Dilmurad, are you here?
No? Okay, don't worry. Let's see. Dilnaz.
Your notifications, follow the notification on your
No see.
Yes.
Hi, would you mind reading this one for me?
Yes, please. In my opinion, some do and others do not. However, it's tough to determine who is providing us with accurate information. For example, I do not believe that skin whitening treatments, skin whitening treatments work, but we see them everywhere, and we're pushed to buy them. Even so, from my perspective, they are not necessary. On the other hand, advertisements tell us that they are vital because they will improve, and they will improve our lives. As a result, this is an example of advertising that encourages people to purchase something they do not need. I believe that most countries now have procedures in place to ensure that advertisements provide accurate information and do not deceive consumers. I think that that is still possible for advertisers to overstate or mislead consumers without breaking the law.
Good. We need to work a lot on your pronunciation. Let's start with here. Repeat after me. Determine.
Determine.
Whitening.
Whitening.
No, whitening.
Whitening. Whitening.
Wait, why am I want letters? Okay. Say it like this, whitening.
Whitening.
Ah, you got it. Okay. All right, now, we're.
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 We're. We're.
All right.
We.
Lives.
Lives.
Good. Procedures.
Procedures.
Deceive.
Deceive.
Consumers.
Consumers.
Good. So can you say it for me again? Skin whitening.
Skin whitening. Skin whitening. Whitening.
You got it. Yeah. Good job. We're.
We're.
Determine.
Determine.
And this one?
Lives. Deceive consumers.
Good. Great. Okay. Thomas, does advertising provide accurate information, or do they urge people to buy goods they do not need? Can you read for us? Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna go to someone else, Thomas, because it looks like your internet is breaking in and out. Okay. And who wants to give this one a whirl?
Can I read?
Yes, Mai, you can read. And does advertising provide accurate information, or do they urge people to buy goods they do not need?
Does advertising provide accurate information, or do they urge people to buy goods they don't need? Answer. In my opinion, some do and others do not. However, it's taught to determine who is providing us with accurate information. For example, I don't believe that skin whitening treatments work, but we see them everywhere and we are punished to buy them, even though from my perspective they aren't necessary. On the other hand, advertisements tell us that they are vital because they will grow our lives. As a result, this is an example of advertising that encourages people to purchase something they don't need. I believe that most countries now have procedures and policies to ensure that advertisements provide accurate information and don't deceive consumers. I think that it's still possible for advertiser to overstate or mislead consumers without breaking the law.
Good. All right. Thank you so much for trying. We need to work a lot on your pronunciation. Okay. I'll be frank here. Now, there's one thing is the way you say the W. Vava. The W is not vava. Is ooh. You got to make a mouth into a circle. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Say it with me. Ooh. Can you repeat after me? Ooh. It's not water. It's not however. It's however. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So the W pronunciation, remember, is not vava. Is ooh, ooh, ooh. So whenever you pronounce W, you need to make your mouth into a circle. This is V. We smile for a V. Okay. I'm driving a van. You see, van. But I'm drinking some water. I want to go around the world. So V and ooh, 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 ooh. You need to make your mouth into a circle and blow air. Ooh, and that's your W. It's like almost like a kiss. Okay, but a kiss, you close 100% and you go like this. But the W, it's like a kiss with the little hole. You see? Kiss, W. Ooh. Kiss, W. Remember, the W is a kiss with the little hole in the middle. Okay, so please remember that. Did you get my feedback? Yes? Okay. All right. Thank you for so much for trying. All righty. Okay, let's go to the next one. Sample 3, and then you guys are gonna make your own. Should co-workers spend their free time together as well?
I do not believe that.
Samira,
Agree.
are you there?
Agree.
Can I give it a shot?
Yes, please. Go ahead and give it a shot. And the next one that said, that I'll take you to later. All right, go ahead, buddy. Should coworkers spend their free time together as well? Give me the answer.
Can I read?
Yeah, the one that told me, can I give it a shot? Please do so. Give it a shot.
Okay.
I complete.
Should coworkers spend their free time together as well? Answer that. I completely disagree. People going out together after work might have an issue in that they gossip about particular people in the office or factory, which can't be good for business, can it? Additionally, there is always the danger that you will say something you might regret after a few drinks and have to face your coworkers the next day. In conclusion, I would strongly advise people to reconsider socializing with coworkers outside work.
Okay. Repeat after me. Reconsider.
Okay, reconsider.
Socializing.
Socializing.
And then coworkers.
Which one?
Coworkers.
Coworkers. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, when you say them separately, there was a little bit of a mix-up on the cluster consonants there. But now, after you said them separately, you got it right. Good job. Very easy to understand you. Okay. We just need to work on the intonation so that you sound more natural, and we'll talk about that next week. But for the task today, you definitely did pretty well here. Okay. Susu, go ahead and give me. Should coworkers spend their free time together as well?
I completely disagree. People going out together after work might have an issue in that they gossip about particular people in the office or factory, which can't be good for business, can it? Additionally, there is always the danger that you will say something you might regret after a few drinks and have to face your coworkers the next day. In conclusion, I would strongly advise people to reconsider socializing with coworkers outside work. That's it.
All right. Yes, thank you, and good job. I love your intonation. A lot of people don't get that part. Like, for example, can it? That was really good. Now, I want you to work on your pronunciation of the S's here. Some of the S's sound like zzz. You gotta disagree. Repeat after me. Disagree.
Disagree.
Yeah, there you
Disagree.
go. Disagree. There
I
you go.
completely disagree. Okay, got it.
There you go. All right, awesome. Okay, so don't worry. This is just one of those things with practice. Some of the S's are, and some are gonna be, and then some are gonna be. Zzz. All right, so we'll practice. Will make perfects on those. Okay. Anyone
Can
that
I
has
read?
not. Oh, 1 second. Yes, little one, you can. Anyone that has not participated at all yet, I want to make sure everyone gets a chance. Anyone that has not read anything, has not had a chance to share.
I'm ready. May I also try to read?
Nigora. Hold on. Okay, go ahead. Should coworkers spend their free time together as well?
Okay, I completely disagree. People doing out together after work might have an issue in that they gossip about particular people in the office or factory, which can't be good for business, can it? Additionally, there is always the danger that you will say something you may regret after a few drinks and have to face your coworkers the next day. In conclusion, I would strongly advise people to reconsider socializing with coworkers outside work.
All right. Good. Now repeat after me too. Disagree. Disagree.
Disagree. Disagree.
Good. All right, we need to work on that. Good job overall. We need to work on the intonation, and we'll do that next week. And you need to pay attention to the pauses in here. Okay, so for example, whenever you see this part, for example, it's always going to sound which can be good for business. Can it?
Can it?
Yeah. All right. And the commas, remember to take a pause. Remember, little finger snap for the commas and little sucking in of air after every period. Okay, remember those. All right, guys. Now we are going to go to our final practice. So I will I'm going to pick about 5 or 6 of you final ones. And what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a question that you cannot see the answer to. And then I will give you some feedback. Give me 1 second here. Let me pull up the questions. Should have had these open here before, but I don't know why they ran away from me somehow. Here it is. All right. Okay. So I want to make it a little bit interesting. Let's change it up a little bit. What do you guys think? Clothing and fashion or art?
Clothing and fashion.
Art also will be fine.
We'll do both. Okay, if you want art, raise your hand. Okay. All right. Jake.
I'm here.
All righty. Let me give you a question. Why do you think people create graffiti?
What do you mean? Can you repeat?
Yeah. Why do you think people create graffiti?
Create for fitting, you mean?
Graffiti.
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 Why do you think people create graffiti? Just let me think. Graffiti. Yes, it is just graffiti. Just I haven't heard about this word. That is new.
Yeah, that's okay. I did that on purpose. I did that on purpose. Yeah, I did that on purpose just to trick you. Don't worry. So graffiti is graffiti is the spray paint you see on the street sometimes. People go and they make some art on the wall.
Picture on the wall.
Graffiti is a type of art, mostly gangsters. Most artists paint on the wall.
It means
in the streets to criticize something. Is it true?
Yeah, you got it.
On the street, on the wall.
Here, you know what we say in English? A picture speaks 1,000 words. This is graffiti.
Yes. Mostly the artists try to show to the people something negative, to criticize something, right? Politics or
not necessarily. There's graffiti about politics, there's graffiti about this guy who died, there's graffiti about the sport that they like, there's graffiti about anything. Yeah, so some people this is why they bring up that question, because graffiti is a problem in every country in the world and it's something familiar. So everybody repeat after me. Graffiti.
Graffiti.
Graffiti. Graffiti.
Graffiti.
No, graffiti. Graffiti.
Graffiti.
Graffiti is okay too. You just remember the American thing. We don't pop the T's that hard. Okay, graffiti. So, sir, Jake, tell me again. Now that you saw the picture of graffiti, why do you think people create graffiti?
It's somehow just a tough question for me. Let me think. In my humble opinion, just people draw such kind of pictures, just a graffiti, in order to show your feelings, or just it's just, you know, just telling something without saying anything. That's my opinion. Yes.
Sure. All right. I like how you started the question. Tough question. Let me think about that for a second, or whatever phrase you use. I wrote down "let me think," but I think that's wrong. But the answer was a little bit too short. So you had a great start, even that you're not familiar with the topic. All right, but I want you to speak at length. Part 3, you should be aiming for 6 to 7 sentences. All right. So this question right here wouldn't get you more than a 5 on the IELTS.
Yeah, I think so. Just, but this topic new for me. That's why.
Yeah. No problem. No criticism intended. I'm just letting you know. And in the IELTS, you're never gonna know what you're gonna get. So I'm doing that too. I'm surprising you. All right. So the IELTS is gonna be a surprise. You will not get to choose. All right, but good job. Definitely good job. Yes, and thank you. I will mute everyone again. If you are not speaking, please mute yourself so that we don't get the feedback from between the speakers and the microphone. All right. Who else is up for art questions? So you don't get to see. Okay. Do you agree with this statement? Graffiti is a form of art and should be respected.
Definitely, I agree that idea that graffiti should be respected among society. Like another arts, it should be respected and also protected, because graffiti is really necessary. It makes our days more colorful, more fun. It adds character to the buildings or walls in the street. In conclusion, you have to respect and protect graffiti.
Good. So good. The sentences you spoke were correct, but you didn't really go in depth. Okay, this is a part 3 question. I really want you to give me details on that one. All right. One thing that I want you to do is repeat after me. Necessary.
Necessary.
Good. Okay, you had the wrong intonation on that word, the wrong stress. You did well. You used a lot of adjectives. It makes our streets more beautiful. And by the way, it's not in the street, but it's on the street. Okay.
Got it.
All righty. Okay, who else wants another art question? Fur. Who do you think should pay for public works of art?
Sorry, I didn't get your question. Could you repeat, please?
Yes. Who do you think should pay for public works of art?
Of art.
Mm-hmm. Who do you think should pay for public works of art?
What do you think should pay for public works of art? That's a tough question for me as well. I'm not sure that the public should pay for the street arts, but I guess it will promote artists to work further and show up his inside feelings on the street walls, and you know that it will be kind of how to say it?
I'm sorry. I'm gonna cut you off. You're cutting in and out really bad. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you okay.
All right, sorry. You come and then you go. You come and then you go. One more time. Who do you think should pay for public works of art?
Why do you think should pay for public works of art? I guess it will be good way to promote artists to further to continue his modern art and street work in the sphere of graffiti, and you know, all the promotion, especially in the form of money, will give more motivation and inspire the artist.
All right. So thank you for trying here. I don't think you got the question. Okay. For example, you told me it will be good to promote the artist, and it will be a great incentive for them. But it means who should pay for that? Should the city pay for the things you see in public that are art? Should the artist pay for that? Okay. So the question is asking who should pay money. All right. Whether it would be good to promote the artist or not, it doesn't directly answer the question. All right. So it's asking about monetary payment and going into details on that. All right. So
Can I try? Sorry.
Yes, please. Who do you think should pay for public works of art?
In my opinion, this is a like for me, it's just like this is a self work. I mean, so that's why I don't think the government had to pay for this. I think self how can I say, self payment, right? I mean, like the artist has to pay for its own art. This is my opinion, because I don't think this the government should pay for this. Because graffiti, as I said, as we said, that this is like our own work, and by the graffiti we're gonna show our feelings, or we're gonna give some information by this art. So this is a, how can I say, so we have to pay for this, not the government or somebody else. This is my opinion.
Cool. And good job. I like how you corrected yourself. How do I say, what was that? So that's a good thing when people do that in their speech. You don't need to, like, sound 100% perfect. This is natural speech, and people sometimes have to catch their thoughts. You know what I mean? And you did that, and that is perfectly okay. That is a natural form of a natural speech, a natural thing that we normally do. However, you did not clearly understand the question. Although the two previous questions were about graffiti, this is about public works of art. So the topic evolved, the conversation evolved further to where we're still talking about art, but we moved away from graffiti. All right.
Okay, sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize. All right, we're learning here. So in this question, we had to move away from the graffiti. That did not need to be included in your answer, unless you wanted to give you wanted to briefly bring it up as an example of something that was paid within the question. You know what I mean? Like something, if the graffiti was an artwork that was paid, and you wanted to give an example for that, about that in the question, then you could have brought it up then.
I'm
All
really
right,
sorry
guys.
because I'm really sorry because I thought that the who's gonna pay for the public art. I thought the question was the who's gonna pay for the public art. So that's why my opinion was.
Yeah, don't worry. You don't have. Yeah,
are
you don't have to say
the-
sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah, you,
Okay. Sorry about
you
that
don't have to say
anyway.
sorry. No,
Thank you.
don't say sorry, guys. We're here to learn. All right.
Thank you.
All righty. No worries. Okay, I'm gonna take 2 more questions. We're a few minutes over, but I wanted you guys to get some practice. Clothing and fashion. Who wants to take a whirl? Who wants to give it a whirl?
Oh, guys, sorry for disturbing. Can I speak?
Oh yes, please.
Today I had another Zoom meeting, and today we have some announcement for our students, and that's why it's almost 20 to 10. And can we please pause our lesson here and continue in the next lesson? Because
Sure.
if you don't mind, please.
Yeah,
Because-
yes, absolutely.
yes.
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure that they got their
No
they got the
problem.
full experience. So no
Yeah,
worries.
But the lesson is awesome. Super. Just super.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Before I go, I just wanted to remind you guys, and then I'll I'll let you go. Hey guys, I just wanted to remind you that tomorrow we have our writing class is starting. So if you haven't signed up for that yet, get to it now. Tomorrow is gonna be tomorrow. We're gonna get that started, and we're gonna cover all the basics, okay? So that you can be ready to go deep into your topic. So tomorrow's lesson is really important. Those of you that have not signed up yet, please talk to Mr. Sador tonight, and let's get ready for tomorrow because I am ready, guys. All right. I hope you're
Yeah.
too.
It's gonna be like marathon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
sure.
we're gonna cover all the basics first, and then we're gonna cover each kind of task 1 and task 2. We're gonna cover all the different types of questions that you might get, like bar graph, opinion essays, and all those different things. So guys, tomorrow, don't forget. Have a good night. Hearts for everybody.
Good night.
Take care, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Good night, everyone.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Mr. Pierre. Bye.